What are citations? A presentation by Mrs. Joyce. What is a citation? A citation is where we give credit where credit is due. Anytime we quote another author or borrow another author's ideas, we must acknowledge the author and where we got the information from. When do we use citations? Anytime we borrow ideas or quotes from other authors, we must quote them, cite them, and let our readers know where we got the information from. What does a citation look like? There are two different kinds of citations that we're going to look at today: in-text citations and works cited pages. These are two main types of important citations that you should be able to know well. In-text citations. Quoting an author or borrowing an idea within the text of your paper. Anytime you're going to quote an author or synthesize a borrowed idea within the text of your own paper, to make sure that we use quotation marks, quote word for word what the author has said, and include the author's last name and the page number, in parentheses followed by a period. Anytime we summarize what an author has said, synthesized with our own words, we do the same thing with the author's last name and page number. An in-text citation is sort of a shortcut to the works cited page. And you can see here that we have just the author's last name and page number where we got the quote or idea from. All of the information regarding the text where this information came from can be found on the works cited page. The works cited page keeps all of our research. The in-text citations allow us the shortcut so that we don't have to write all of the information from a book or an article every time we want to place a quote or a borrowed idea in our paper. For example, on a works cited page, the complete citation includes the author's name, the name of the book or the article, the book it appeared in, the edition of the book, the editor of the book, the location and date published, and the medium, whether it was a book or an article or something you found on the internet. So let's look at some actual in-text and works cited page examples. So here we have some in-text citation examples. We have a quote here, we know it has quotation marks, the quote directly from what the author said, followed by the author's last name and page number. Here we have a synthesized idea, and we know this because we don't have any quotation marks. We know that it's a borrowed idea synthesized with the author's own words, followed by the original author's last name and page number. Summarizing an author's ideas and borrowing them for your paper must include the author's name and a citation, and an indication that these ideas are not your own, but are being used to further your own ideas in your paper. Let's take a look at an actual works cited page. Here's what a works cited page may look like. We have the author's name, the name of the article, the journal it came from, and where we found it on the web and the date we accessed it. This is the complete citation, and this is why we use an in-text citation as a shortcut, so that we don't have to write all of this anytime we want to borrow an idea or quote an author in our paper. If you're wondering, how do I know and how do I make a works cited page? How do I know what it's supposed to look like? We have a really great resource at OWL at Purdue. So we're going to go to the OWL at Purdue website. You can find the OWL at Purdue website simply by typing in Google OWL Online Writing Lab or OWL at Purdue MLA, and it'll be the first link to pop up on Google. Make sure you do click the MLA because that's what we will be using for our purposes in class. So here's an example of a works cited page. OWL at Purdue lets you know everything that you need to know to be included in a works cited page: where to put the author's name, where to put the title of the article or the book, the date accessed, the date it was written. All of that can be found here on this website. They have plenty of examples and tons of resources for your use. Over here on the left side, if you have other questions about MLA or any way to make a citation, they have almost anything you could think of, including basic format questions, the basic rules and ways to use MLA in your paper. Whether you are quoting a work with more than one author or quoting an in-text citation, all of this can be found here, and this is a great resource for your future papers. If you have any more questions regarding MLA, please don't hesitate to go to OWL at Purdue or come talk to me, and I would be very happy to help you.